Legend of War here, and today we've got a Saving a Disaster battle playing as the Dwarfs, going up against Azag the Slaughterer with a army and some reinforcements, mostly comprised of Black Orcs. It's a choke point battle, and we've been caught in force march. So that's going to reduce the effectiveness of our army a little bit, but the choke point will certainly come in handy. So, just looking at the army that we've got here, it's on large unit scale, obviously, which I don't think is really going to make any difference to the balancing of this battle, apart from it being maybe a little bit faster paced than normally. Apart from that, everything's fine. Good number of heroes. I don't usually put Thanes in my army, but at the same time, it will be useful here. I usually go with... I go with Dwarf Warriors first. I usually skip Longbeards and go straight to Ironbreakers, but if you want to get Longbeards, they're totally fine. They do hold better than Dwarf Warriors. No problem with Thunderers. Probably not a big fan of Gyrocopter Brimstone guns. However, in this particular situation, it might be good to take out the Goblin Rock Lobber. And all of that artillery is good. So let's jump in and do this. Also, I should probably let you guys know that this video is actually sponsored. We're sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend. No, I'm just kidding. No sponsorship. Although I will kind of admit that this guy's email kind of clickbaited me. See, so I have to try to do a catchy title to get you guys to click on these videos, and that's hard sometimes. But you guys also try to clickbait me, and so this guy in the email title was like the disaster to all dwarf disasters, and I was like, ooh, you got my attention. And then I look at it and be like, oh. Ugh. Fucking, I got clickbaited. I mean, he said he lost the battle. So, I'm here anyway. I might as well just do it. Alright, so the main thing that he will say, like, he did give me a bit of information in his email, so this is a good opportunity to explain a few things, I suppose. He said that he thought he could win the battle. He doesn't think it's impossible. I don't think anyone thinks this is impossible. But basically what trouble he went into is that his heroes died too early, and that the artillery stopped firing midway through the battle because he was shooting his own battle lines. So that's a very important distinction to make with the artillery and with gunners as well. These are amazing units, but if they're obstructed, and if your own units get in their way, they can actually be weaknesses in your troops, within your army. So you got to make sure you set them up correctly. So what we want to be doing is making sure that the line of sight is going to be fine for the entirety of the battle. So, for example, putting them up the top of a hill like this might seem like it's okay, but if you have a look at what they can shoot at, they can't see shit, okay, from there. But if you put it here, in the middle of a slope, it's much more visible. Also, if the fighting happens here, up the slope, the artillery, they can't just lob their shots over your men. They'll shoot through your men. So what you want to be doing instead is having our troops fight here. Because if we have a look at that situation, that means that the artillery can get a good line of sight, shoot directly over our guy's head without even shooting them. And the shots are becoming straight down on the orcs. So these two guys here, they're a bit damaged. You want to keep them in reserve. This guy doesn't have any real skills at the moment, so I'll bring him up to tank just a little bit. Maybe keep him with the runesmith there. And we'll send these guys off to go sort out the enemy artillery. Alright, put them on guard mode, not that it really matters. Might actually move the move them back. We got time before they get here. Oh, we can shoot at them now, but I don't think that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, keep shooting. So let's move up to about here. We want the heroes to be fighting first, because they're less likely to get shot by our own troops. Alright, I don't like the positioning of our guns here. They're going to get shot by our own artillery there. So what I reckon he was doing was holding his ground here, rather than at this point here. This is way better. Even though these guys here will no longer get a high ground advantage, you don't need it. You don't need it. The artillery is going to do all the work. No point having a high ground advantage that will provide a minimal bonus if it stops the artillery from shooting. So most of the enemy archers were in here, so we shouldn't have anything to be concerned about when taking out the enemy artillery here. Let's have a look at their abilities. Alright, so there's some good stuff in there.
Strike out. Select target. Shocks away.
So yeah, I usually prefer just the regular gyrocopters. They're actually really good anti-infantry, especially low-tier infantry, or I should say unarmored infantry. Whereas brimstone guns are really bad anti-large weapons. They're just not very good at it at all.
Strike out. Yes. Yes.
If you want anti-large, I just recommend going with gunners. And you hear some people say, and they're wrong about this, by the way, that, oh, you gotta have slayers in your army, or else how are you gonna deal with large units? Well, you shoot them. Yeah, slayers are good anti-large units. They're also good at dying. And dying in my army is a crime punishable by death. So, I'm not sure what they're doing here. Noticing a little bit of choppiness with the frames. Wonder why that is. Yeah, what was with that? Well, I don't know why they're just sitting there, but they're allowing our cannons to just annihilate them for some reason. Get them off the battlefield. I got no problem with these guys just shooting the entire time. It's not going to be like amazing kills, but still better than nothing, thinning them out. Might be even better if we aim for Azag there. Although most of the shots will probably end up missing, we'll hit the Black Orcs there as well. Maybe. Or maybe not. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what's going on with them. They're just being stupid. We're on the defense here, so we can take as long as we like. Well, they can take as long as they like. It's fine by me. Alright, what else they got? Savage Orc Biggins, yeah, but they're out of range. We're not really doing a very good job hitting Azag. These guys have already run out of ammo too. I don't know what's going on. I can't believe they're just not doing anything. Surely they'll wake up eventually. Apparently not. I don't know. The AI does what the AI does. I mean, we're the defenders here. Yeah. Alright, let's bring the gyrocopters back around this way. As far as I'm concerned, they haven't really done their worth. They took out a unit of artillery, but they should have done a lot more than that. And they damaged some of these Black Orcs. Like I said, that's why I don't really like gyrocopter brimstone guns. They just don't have enough ammo to really do any serious damage. Pretty happy with how they did. Alright, now they're coming at us. I think because these guys were behind their lines, they were unsure about whether or not to make the attack until these were dealt with. So yeah, I don't know. Now, if all goes well, we shouldn't really have to do anything, and the two artillery pieces we got left here should just be able to fire the entire time without obstructions. Balance of power still not in our favor, but I think that's going to turn around very quickly once they get close over here. And let's have all the gunners shoot at Azag, because as soon as he's dead, they're just going to rout a lot quicker. Okay, that's Azag gone. Okay. Yeah, we really want these guys shooting here. Yeah, see the angle of that is easy for them. They're not shooting our own men at all. Okay, he's getting wrecked. Let's get him out. I think there was an enemy lord there smashing him up. Come on, get him out. Get him out. It's okay for him to take a little bit of damage, just don't die. Thane's doing well. Let's have this organ gun shoot into here. Actually, you know what? We should be trying to shoot their lords. Alright. Bring him back up here. Alright, now we're going to send in the reserves. I'll send in the gyrocopters to attack the night goblins. Yeah, game's been all kinds of shitty with me today. Alright, this unit here is getting wrecked. We don't want him to get wiped out. And as long as... Ooh, 8, 7 or 8. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Bounce of power's in our favor, but now I'm just concerned that we're gonna lose some of these units. Oh, man, this is really being poopy with me. Right, bring these ones back. Forgot about them. As long as one of them survives, I'll be okay. I don't know if that's one going to stay alive. Oh yeah, it should stay alive above like 4 or 5. I'm not sure because it's large unit scale. Alright, that's still alive. There we go, there's the army loss penalty. I don't think any units got wiped out. That's the most important thing. But yeah, they started ripping through us really quickly there. Organ guns and everything got loads of kills. I think there was a moment there where we were sort of not shooting at anything. I forgot that was farming at the ground. But yeah, the worst performers of the battle, I'd have to say, are the gyrocopters. Well, some of these longbeards, they didn't really hold out very long. But anyway, there shouldn't be any units dead. Because if we win the battle, we just have to keep our casualties above 5%. I'm just trying to think what's 5% of 75. It's like 3 or 4. I'm not sure. It's probably 4. Keep it above 4. But yeah, you have these guys here, just hold the line. They're never going to do that much damage. It's not their job, though. And the artillery do all the work. So I think it was good to have them in this battle. It just would have been better to have the regular gyrocopters. They would have cleared the enemy artillery out in roughly about the same amount of time. But then they would have also done a lot of damage to all their other units. I wouldn't have had to send them into melee in order to just keep those archers busy. And you're in friendly territory, so you're going to get replenishment. And the main thing here is that no units got wiped out. And your campaign looks like it's going fine. So I guess we can end it here. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you next time, fuckers.